Hey guys, Joseph here. Today I'm going to explain to you what the difference is between SI and what the difference is between NI, and what are the pros and cons of each. And in order to contrast, I'm going to pick the classic istj, accountant, versus the intj. Both of those are dominant. They lead with a function of either SI or NI. And there's a very big difference between the two of them based on that first function. Wow, so this ambulance coming and this guy behind me is in a hurry and he's got all these issues. So SI is basically what in the past has practically worked. The more experience, the better. You have an electrician. He's been doing it for a very long time. He knows when you put this wire with that wire and you put that with that, you solve the problem. The more experience, the better. And you could have some creativity in that experience, and you could know things and know tricks that have practically worked that other people won't. You could even come up with tricks that practically works, but it's habitual. It's repeating habits of the things that's worked, and therefore the person's life is going to look much more structured and much more orderly. It's almost like they have like a repetitiveness to themselves of how they go about their day and their lives in terms of repeating all the different things that they do in order to, be resourceful, accomplish, do what they gotta do. Now, introverted intuition is much more of a perceiving function. It's because it's not just like, hey, send me the files back from the SI that worked. It's tapping into the intuition of what worked, and it's perceiving with the intuition, and it's really a lot more all over the place. Like, they're not going to be repeating things. They're not going to be as centered. They're not going to be as routine like, because what's going on is always subject to change, because nothing is just a repetition of the past, because intuitively it made sense in that experience, but there's a different experience, and intuitively everything is different and every time is different, and therefore INFJs versus ISFJs, like they're gonna be much more spontaneous and all over the place, because they're not using the same almost mechanical data of what worked. They're tapping into a much more subjective, intuitive encyclopedia memory of what has worked and what has not worked. And a very, very good way to spot the difference between someone with SI or NI as a dominant function is really just to see how structured they appear, and how spontaneous in their structuredness they're going to appear. Like, there's a certain, almost robotic sense. And SI is really an unbelievable thing, because being able to know and keep to and be tolerant of what's worked and keep to that and maintain systems creates a tremendous level of efficiency. And they're incredible people to have working for you, because you're going to get the job done. Oh, but intuitively, that's wonderful, but I want you to get the results done. I want this business to go off, and I want... SI is excellent in doing that. But NI, though, has this ability, though, to kind of, see circumstances as everything being different. They love observing, actually, for this reason, because they like, when you observe, you kind of are seeing how different everything is, and and it kind of adds into that idea of that, like, there's no like one thing that just works. It's all based on how you intuitively process a scenario, intuitively feel that this scenario fits in within your, you know, your intuitive understanding. It's a much more personalized history system that you use in order to be able to properly make decisions and be that efficient istj or intj that you'd like to be. That's my video for today. I think it really makes a lot of sense. I mean, I really feel at this point that, like, I could sense that SI and that NI so well at this point. The let me grab that spot. Actually, I could sense the SI and the NI at this point so strongly. It's because it just has that routinist that SI that the endo doesn't have, and it's almost like comforting in a sense. Someone who doesn't have that routinist is an ENFP, and I watch someone like that, and it's like, wow, you're so efficient. It's so cool. Like, I want to be like that. Like, what do? You just do it and you nail it. Anyway, that's the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some insight. I'm sorry for the lighting and the driving and the fire trucks and you know, but hit me up if you you know, actually really appreciate the comments. You know, if people have been reaching out with ideas or things that have worked or ideas for a video, feel free to reach out. And I love this stuff, and I love you viewers. Peace out.